Hey guys, what is up? F here, and today I am playing some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, there is something that I wanted to cover with this video. I've had I've got quite a few clips on Advanced Warfare. Wasn't certain whether I was going to make a video on it or not, but it's just the fact that so many people have been asking me the question because, obviously not many people who I talk to and a lot of people who have spoken to me have not got this game or tried it, but they have seen footage of it. And the question that they all ask me is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare like Titanfall? Now, what they're basically implying is because obviously you have the exoskeletal suit, which allows you to double jump or thrust in the air or whatever. Obviously they think it's Titanfall-ish and a copy of Titanfall. Now, I can see exactly where they're coming from, because obviously, Titanfall comes out and then in the next COD comes the exoskeletal suit and all of that sort of stuff, allowing you to double jump and everything like that. But one thing I'm going to say on that sort of note as well is, remember, this Call of Duty was in development before Titanfall was even announced to be how it was. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they didn't take any ideas from it, because that much I genuinely do not know. But as a player of the game, I can say it has a bit of a Titanfall type feel to it, but not to the point where I would consider it like Titanfall. The thing that I really do enjoy about this Call of Duty, for example, Call of Duty Ghosts, when I got that, I'm not going to lie, I buy the Call of Duties for multiplayer. The campaign's fairly good on some of them, but the main reason that most people get Call of Duty is the multiplayer, and that's the main reason I get it. Now, the thing is, with the multiplayer, for once it feels different. With Call of Duty Ghosts, I got it, I played multiplayer probably about, I don't know, between 5 and 10 hours worth, and I was bored of it. I never played it again. I've still got the game, and it's just gathering dust. Now, I'm pretty sure most people were disappointed with Call of Duty Ghosts. You've got some people who liked it, but me personally, it was a disappointment. Now, with Advanced Warfare, that's a different story. This is one COD that I'm actually really enjoying again, and the reason for that is just like I say, it feels so different. Now, because they do have the exoskeletal suits and things like that, instead of, don't get me wrong, you do still see drop shotters. I'm not saying there aren't drop shotters, but it's a lot less likely now because you've got the exoskeletal suits. You're now more springy, you know what I mean? You can jump around, dash around, and you get all the different abilities like cloak and all that sort of jazz. But it just, in a whole, it makes it feel different. It doesn't make it feel like Titanfall though. That's what a lot of people ask. Is it like Titanfall? It doesn't make it feel like Titanfall, because the thing is with Titanfall, that you can do the double jumps, but the difference is you can run along walls and parkour and things like that. You can't do that on Advanced Warfare. You can't run along walls or nothing like that. You can do the double jumps and you can boost or dash in a certain direction, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not like it, but I can understand where everyone's coming from when they first thought it was like that. One thing I am going to say about this Call of Duty though, for everyone who hasn't played it, it does feel a lot more fast-paced and harder to play than the other Call of Duties, just for the sheer fact, like I say, on this one you have to not just worry about who's going to come around that corner anymore. You now have to worry about who's above you, who's below you. You've got a full sphere of danger, really, you know what I mean? At any angle people can attack you, really. And then, like I say, when you get into a combat scenario, it's not necessarily the fact that the person's going to drop to the floor anymore. Now they can drop to the floor, or they can start flying around. Well, not literally flying, but you know what I mean. But as with any Call of Duties, there's pros and there's cons. Me personally though, I see that this Call of Duty feels a lot more different, and I really enjoy the fact of that. There's some things that have been put in that I feel are fantastic. For example, a typical thing, if you get a headshot, your hit marker comes up with a double hit marker now. So it's like, well, yeah, you'll probably end up seeing it, you know. You'll get a normal hit marker, but you'll get a double hit marker if you get them in the head. Also, I believe if you get the killing blow as well, you get a red hit marker. Of course, like I say, you get the different exoskeletal suit abilities. Which, as far as the cloak goes on that one, I do like cloak, but it doesn't seem strong enough. Like, people, like, sometimes I can see people who are cloaked better than I can that aren't. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just a giveaway of your position. So I think they might need to buff the cloaking a bit on it. But I don't know, it's just, it feels different, and that's what I really like about it. That is what makes a Call of, you know, when you look for the next gen of Call of Duty, you want a different feel, but not that different to the point where it's no longer a COD. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same with all other games. You know, if you want a game to continue or have an expansion or whatever, you want something to make you feel like you're not playing the same thing as you was before, but also so you are playing the same thing as you are. It's a really difficult sort of subject. But overall, if I had to compare it, like, say for example, Call of Duty Ghosts was a 0 and Titanfall was a 10, and I had to say which one it would go to, you know, like, for what the feel is, I'd probably put it on, I'd say a 6. Just for the sheer fact that obviously Ghosts didn't feel much different, you know, it felt more like a typical traditional Call of Duty. Titanfall, obviously, well, we all know what Titanfall was like, that had quite a lot of hype to the game. Now, what I'm saying when I say a 6, like I say, I'm saying it's like basic, oh, fireworks. Sorry about that, it's bonfire night, so you are probably likely to hear the fireworks in the background. But yeah, it's like the traditional Call of Duty, just with the ability to jump around and have different things in it that were not in it before. Also, some of the things that I do like as well is about like the kill streaks. Some of the kill streaks feel a lot more fun and a lot more smooth to use, you know what I mean? And one thing that I don't like about it though, if you really want the truth, one thing I don't like, there's still no sabotage. I loved that game mode back on the older CODs. Sabotage, that was a brilliant game mode. I've still not tried things like search and destroy or search and rescue on this Call of Duty. I've been told that search and destroy is first to 6 round wins now on this Call of Duty, but I haven't tried that. Oh, I do love how you shoot grenades as well, as you see. You don't actually throw them anymore, you shoot them out of your exoskeletal suit. But no, as far as the exoskeletal suits and that go as well, that's not just like a futuristic type myth thing, that is also something that the military are prototyping, and I believe a couple of countries are actually using them for certain things as well. But yeah, like, that's not just like a thing saying, oh okay, let's make some metal suit that makes people be able to do other stuff. It is actually something that they are prototyping. I don't think it's obviously going to be quite to the level that it is in this Call of Duty, you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be like, oh okay, now you've got this little metal suit on, you can go invisible, you can do double jumps, you can... No, I don't quite think it's going to be like that, but they are definitely prototyping exoskeletal suits. But that's just my view, and like I say, I don't believe I've ever put out a video on Call of Duty Ghosts, and that, like I say, that's because I just genuinely didn't like it. It just felt so boring, and it felt old, to be honest with you. Now, I'm not saying this Call of Duty is brilliant. I'm not saying I'm never going to get bored of it. I probably will get bored of it, you know. It's just, well, Call of Duty, you do eventually end up getting bored of them, unless you're a very high Call of Duty fanatic. But unfortunately, that sort of like left me the factor of being a very high COD fanatic at about Modern Warfare 3. That started fading off for me. And that's why I had quite high hopes for this one, because Modern Warfare 3 is where Sledgehammer Games really did help to develop that game and design it. So this is Sledgehammer's first Call of Duty, and I had high hopes that it would be just around about as fun as Modern Warfare 3 was, and you know, it is. I'm enjoying it. I've nearly got to the first prestige. This is a couple of days in. Nearly got to the first prestige. And yeah, I'm just enjoying it. Anyway, I'll leave this video here as the match should be about to finish. But yeah, I hope you guys all have enjoyed, and if you have, a like and a comment is highly appreciated. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my content, be epic, hit that subscribe button. I've been MF Saws, and until next time, peace.